Hello and welcome to the K-Town Talking Podcast. I am K-Town Casey, and I'm really not going to dwell on the fact that this is the first episode of a new show or anything. We're just going to get right into it. A lot of things I want to talk about today. The first one I want to open up with is, of course, last night, Seahawks won the Super Bowl. As of today, there's a bunch of high-profile cases in college eligibility cases mainly, and as well as some recruiting. I don't know if I'll get into that because this is a very impromptu show. But I'm going to just go on through and start off with what an amazing game that defensively the Seahawks played. Yes, they gave up 13 points, but they were still running man defense in the fourth quarter. And it just doesn't get better than that. I mean, you don't get more in tune than continuing to run man and just not have any worries in the world. And, they give up, the 2 touchdowns, of course, stop the 2-point conversion. And but that takeaway, that amazing takeaway, interception on the pass rush bats it, and Nwosu grabs the ball out of the air and just takes off. And, man, did he want it. I mean, it's been a minute since he's been moving that fast. It was probably the combine the last time that guy ran that fast. But not a whole lot to talk about. I mean, everybody expected a Seahawks win. Not much of intrigue in that game. We knew the Patriots were going to lose, but we didn't know that they were going to get what better way to say it than shut out for 3 quarters. I mean, they played a horrendous game offensively. They had 5 first downs and 7 punts at the start of, or was it 4 first downs and 7 punts at the start of the second half? I mean, just atrocious on offense. It's unacceptable, and I think Mike Vrabel knows that, and I think the Patriots, it's hard to repeat getting to the Super Bowl, but I think they could. I mean, your young talent just keeps getting better, and I mean, I'm not thinking that the Patriots are going to, just drop off the face of the earth after a Super Bowl appearance. Absolutely not. I think if you had to ask me right now, I don't think they make it back to the Super Bowl, but I think that happens 2 years from now, 3 years from now, and I think they do win it at that point in time because just a lot of young talent. I mean, you've got to find your guy at tight end. You got to find they're looking at Oscar Delp as an option, most likely. But just, you got to find a new guy at tight end, whether that be through a trade for a younger guy at tight end. Because, I mean, we have Kittle, who is almost certainly locked down to the Niners. Kelsey locked down to the Chiefs if he doesn't end up retiring. Andrews in Baltimore. Like, a bunch of your big-name tight ends they aren't even close to being tradable unless you're overpaying by way more than you're going to get value out of. And they're all 3 of those guys are aging. So not a lot of long-term options in the league. I mean, even like an David Njoku, I think he's 27. So not a lot of options there for the Patriots at tight end, but that's really their only position where they are old enough to where they basically have to either trade for one or draft another tight end. Moving on to the Seahawks side of things, the Seahawks, man, I mean, you have is Darnold 27 or 28? I think Darnold's 28. He's got another 6 years, 7 years minimum, unless there is a, God forbid, career-ending injury. You've got that guy for another 7 years if you pay him enough. And as for the defense, it's young. I mean, they have a couple of seasoned vets, but the defense is young, and I think it's going to get even better next season. That Seahawks team, mark my words, they're going to generate 4 new head coaches for NFL teams over the next couple of years. It's going to be fun to watch what happens there in Seattle. I don't really think I have anything else to talk about with the NFL. I mean, Combine's a little ways out, and, of course, the draft's a good ways out. But I think I'm going to move over to college sports now, and I think I'm going to go off on a little bit of a rant about eligibility, mainly Joey Aguilar. We'll establish this in many episodes, I'm sure, but here in the first episode, I'm going to establish I am a Tennessee Vols fan primarily, and if I had to pick an NFL team, it's probably the Saints. But for the NFL, I like watching my Volunteers as they go on to teams in the NFL, and I like watching them do well. So it's hard to be partial to a team, but I do like the New Orleans Saints. Hometown in Knoxville, that's where K-Town comes from, of course. And I want to talk about Joey Aguilar, Trinidad Chambliss, and it's got a lot of buzz right now, I know, but I'm going to give my perspective on the situation with Joey and Trinidad and a couple of other guys who are late into their college careers. My personal opinion that I feel would solve most eligibility issues in collegiate sports is if you gave every college player that is in any school with a football program recognized and or regulated by the NCAA, they should have 6 years from the first time they sign a contract or step onto the field. And as soon as they play their first down, their first year of eligibility has started counting. If you give everyone a 6-year maximum with no exceptions, and every time if they are to sign a contract, take the contract and count that against their eligibility, because if they're good enough that they are getting paid to play for a collegiate program, then that should be a year of eligibility. But if they say don't have a scholarship, don't receive NIL money, do not see the field, that doesn't count as a year of eligibility. But if they do see the field and they don't have any contracts or anything, then that does count as a year of eligibility as soon as their first down is played. Now, it doesn't work like a countdown. If you play 12 games in a season and then decide you want to take a break from football, you have 5 more years of eligibility whenever you want to use it. which means if you want to come back to college football, if you go, your freshman year you play 12 games, say, okay, I want to step away from college football. For whatever reason, fine, you can do that. You step away, you say at 21, that was a mistake. You re-enroll in college, and guess what? You have 5 more years of athletic eligibility. There's no arguments that can be made in your favor. You can't argue for more years. You can't, 6 years. 6 years, and each time you either sign a contract or play a snap, that counts as your first, or it counts as a charged year of eligibility. This brings me very well, that is my stance on the issue of eligibility. After that brings me perfectly into my next topic that is still inside of college, and that is Joey Aguilar. Now, Joey Aguilar, he enrolled in college in 2019, City College of San Francisco, played in 4 games, played a total of, I think, 45, 50 snaps. I mean, he was not in games for very long, and so he redshirted. And the NCAA is counting that as a year of eligibility. Fine. They can get away with that in my book. In the 2020 season, junior colleges did not play a single down. At least City College of San Francisco did not play a single down. Okay, that should not count as a year of eligibility, and they're trying to also count that as a year of eligibility. That's where I draw the line. You are telling me you are counting a year of eligibility against a guy who didn't play a single snap? That's not okay in my book. I think that is something that he has a completely valid lawsuit on. Year 3, he transfers to Diablo Valley, does well there. That's a full season. That's a full 12 games. He transfers to Appalachian State, plays 2 seasons, plays very well, really iffy completion percentage in his second season at App State. I believe it was 55.8% completion, but the guy still threw for 2,600 yards. That's a little bit tough to argue with, is 2,600 yards, but a 55% completion. I mean, they had a good season overall that year. I think they were, let me see, 2021. Pull it up here. 2021, Joey Aguilar threw for Okay, so Joey Aguilar threw for 3,700 passing yards, 33 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. You just can't argue with those stats. I mean, Joey played amazing football at Appalachian State, no matter his completion percentage. Then he transfers to UCLA and doesn't play a down, doesn't even get on a practice field. Nico Iamaleava transfers out of Tennessee. He transfers into UCLA. Joey Aguilar says, I have to go. He takes off, and Joey Aguilar gets onto campus in late winter of the 2025 preseason. Joey Aguilar then does not get to play spring ball, has to learn the entire playbook in 3 months, gets to play in fall camp, wins the starting job, leads the SEC in passing yards with 3,100. I believe he's 10 touchdowns, 24 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. That 10 interceptions is 6 in my book. 4 of them were pretty much right into his receiver's hands in the only place the DB shouldn't have been able to get to the ball, and the wide receiver tips it for the interception. 2 of those, I believe, came off of Miles Kitselman, and I'm not trying to slander Kitselman. I like the guy. I think he's a pretty good player, but those interceptions that he tipped right into the DB's hands, those were rough. Those are definitely some plays that they go our way. They're a catch. It's a first down on third down. Both of them were, and it's a first down, and the trajectories of the whole game is looking different. I mean, things can be said about Tennessee's whole season, but the point is, Joey Aguilar, 2023 and 2024, plays at App State, does very well, gets to Tennessee, no time at all, learns the playbook, and leads the SEC in passing yards, and then he has 24 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. That's an amazing year. And yet, he now has to sue after only playing 4 full seasons of college football, but you can count it as 5 because of his redshirt year at the City College of San Francisco. That's fine, but he's now suing for a 6th year, and the NCAA's claim is that he's suing for a 7th, which I believe is utterly ridiculous because he didn't play a single down, nor did his entire school in the 2020 football season. So Joey Aguilar has a different argument than Trinidad Chambliss because Trinidad Chambliss started, I'm not fully sure. I do believe that Trinidad Chambliss started 4 full seasons. And that is the difference in the argument, is that he started 4 full seasons at a lower than Division I level. Then he came to Division I, FBS, played for Ole Miss. Funny enough, wasn't promised a starting job. Transfers into Ole Miss. Plays amazing football. And, D2 national champion. Gets pretty close, a couple points away from the national championship. And, Trinidad Chambliss, amazing quarterback. My question is, why does Trinidad Chambliss need an extra year of eligibility? Because being a D2 champion, he didn't even have to come to D1 football. There would have been a team that would have been willing to draft him, 5th, late 4th, early 5th, maybe into, a couple weird things happen, and, he drops to, say, the 6th round. But Trinidad Chambliss would have been able to go last year. He goes to Ole Miss, almost gets to the national championship, and now he's trying to get another year. That doesn't make sense on its own, but he's trying for another year. he started 4 seasons at the D2 level. Now he's started 5 full seasons. And the entire NCAA is kind of like, why are you trying to start a 6th season? Secondly, the reason why I feel better about Aguilar's case is Aguilar is pressing his case in a Knox County court with a Knox County chancellor that graduated with his bachelor's, master's, and doctorate, all from the University of Tennessee. That alone feels like it nearly guarantees, because he does have a valid argument for another year of eligibility. In the first place, he has one of the better lawyers in America, obviously, a man who defended the United States president, not trying to bring politics into it. It's just, if a president has you on their legal team, you're probably a decent lawyer. And Joey Aguilar has a presidential caliber lawyer with a judge that is probably already sympathetic to Joey Aguilar's cause. I mean, that just really makes it feel like Joey is probably, I give him a 95% chance, and I base that just off of everything is in his favor. The only person in that courtroom that doesn't support Joey Aguilar is going to be the NCAA's defense. And, man, I mean, Joey taking it from national court, because that's where he really thought he could not get it, is going from national court. Trinidad Chambliss is going to have a very tough time getting it. But Joey Aguilar in a state court, county court, that just seems like a near guarantee. That is most of my news, most of my thoughts as for today. Leave any suggestions, anything you want me to talk about, any topics you can give me to talk about. I'll search them up and I'll compile them here. Overall, it's been an interesting time in sports here lately, through everything. Joey Aguilar's proceedings, I should tell you, Joey Aguilar's proceedings are February the 13th. I will give an update on the YouTube and possibly a short clip of a podcast on Spotify. And other than that, this is a good case for Joey Aguilar to make. Tennessee, with Jim Knowles' defense, Joey Aguilar offense, they're very much right in that national championship conversation. But they're almost on lock for playoffs. I mean, you can't set up a better story than what Tennessee has going for them right now. I'm actually not done. I have one more thing to say. James Pierce Jr., that's some touchy sports news that we're about to get into, but James Pierce Jr. Played for Tennessee, one of my favorite players out on the field. Why is it, and this is said from, yet again, a Saints fan and a Tennessee fan's perspective, so don't hate me, but why is it that it is always the Atlanta Felons and the University of Georgia Jailhouse Dogs that are always the ones that have all the insane cases coming out. I mean, seriously, like Michael Vick arrested for dog fighting many years back, yes, but Michael Vick arrested for dog fighting. I mean, that's just not a crime that you would really think of. Anyway, James Pierce Jr., arrested for aggravated battery and stalking, a couple other charges, I believe. And he was beating up a former volunteer, I believe it was softball player. It might be basketball. I'm not totally sure. I haven't taken the time to search it. But my goodness, he was such a great guy when he was here at Tennessee. Always professing the cross and our Lord and Savior, and being a pretty friendly guy out on the field. And aggravated assault, and I just don't get that. Aggravated assault and stalking after he's one of the nicer guys that was out on the field. And I mean, he really was the next Reggie White. 10.5 sacks in his rookie season, and immediately, not even 3 months after the season's over, he goes out and ruins his career, most likely. I mean, this is just about Henry Ruggs bad. But James Pierce, I hope I wake up tomorrow. I hope I see it tonight even that, he's cleared on all charges, but I highly doubt that he will be. I mean, it seems like it's a very, very straightforward verdict on his case for being a criminal. But it's always the players from around the nation that go to Atlanta, or the players from the University of Georgia, that either the Georgia players in college, but also when they get into the NFL, and then the Falcons players. For whatever reason, that state, that team, those two teams make players go insane. I don't get it. What's y'all's problem? Anyway, that's my thoughts. That's the first episode. I think that's a wrap. That's just everything I had on my mind. Wanted to get that out to some people. Hopefully this brightened your Monday. It was a grind for me today. I enjoyed, just spilling my thoughts. Let me know what you want me to talk about next. I don't know if I'll have a consistent schedule. I'll probably just drop these when I have something to say. And I'm going to keep posting on YouTube. Same username there on YouTube. And I'll see y'all next time. Keep God first. Love y'all. Peace out.